Five. Commission of Inquiry is now in session. Please be seated.
This is the 17th day of hearing, and I'd like to commence by reading a press statement before we proceed any further. Media release press statement number 7 of 2022. Based on the currency of documents produced to the Commission and tendered into evidence, the following persons of interest listed below are formally invited by the Commission to immediately contact the Secretary, Mr. Jack Nayab, by email to secretary@commissionofinquiry.motukea.com to attend as a witness, to give further evidence on matters relating to this inquiry commencing at 10 a.m. on Thursday, the 31st of March 2022, and at such other dates and times as determined from time to time by the Commission. Number 1, Honorable Don Paulia. Number 2, Honorable Peter O'Neill. Number 3, Honorable Powes Pakop. Number 4, Dr. Clement Weine. Number 5, Dr. Peter Cora. Number 6, Dr. Thomas Webster. Number 7, Mr. Arthur Samara. Number 8, Mr. Brian Riches. Number 9, Mr. Diary Vella. Number 10, Ms. Evangeline Towner. Number 11, Mr. Gary Hesse. Number 12, Ms. Akawa Harry. Number 13, Mr. Isaac Lupari. Number 14, Mr. Jamie Stewart. Number 15, Ms. Juliana Kubak. Number 16, Mr. Justin McGain. Number 17, Mr. Harry Horror. Number 18, Mr. Nathaniel Poya. Number 19, Mr. Paul Comboy. Number 20, Mr. Paul Nero. Number 21, Mr. Romilly Kilapet. Number 22, Mr. Stanley Alphonse. Number 23, Mr. Steve Tessa. And number 24, Mr. Wasantha Kumarasi. If there are any changes to the above or any further developments in terms of Commission's calendar, we will advise the general public accordingly by way of further press statements. We wish to remind the public and interested persons or parties to consult the Commission's website, www.coimotukeawharf.com, to keep yourselves informed of the Commission's progress. Again, dated this 24th day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. That's the press release of statement number 7 of 2022. There are issues that we will deal with in terms of agenda items. But with further ado, I shall now call upon the Council to take us through.
Thank you, Commissioner, and good morning. For the record, my name is Kipper, initial M, parent is council assistant. Commissioner, you will note the absence of Mr. Guerrero, who was taken ill last night, and we were just notified this morning, and consequently, Commissioner, I will have to ask for an extension of all the matters that Mr. Guerrero has carriage of. You will note, as you will appreciate, there is some level of autonomy or exclusivity in terms of the carriage of the matters. So all these matters will have to be extended, unfortunately. Before I do that, or ask for formal directions, I note the presence of Ms. Mary Jones in response to summons number 5. Also, counsel for the Honourable Prime Minister in response to summons number 21. And also counsel for the Nenehi Laurina ILG number 4, represented by its chairman, Mr. No Gagoa, in relation to leave application number 1. Commissioner, in those circumstances, I will ask for a formal direction for summons number 1 to 5, summons number 14 to 16, summons number 19 to 21, and leave application number 1 of 2022 to be extended to Thursday, the 31st of March, 2022 at 10 a.m. In addition to that, Commissioner, you will note at the end of the today's daily diary, items number 18 and 19. Those are matters which Mr. Guerrero has carriage of also. So in addition to the direction I've sought, a further direction for items number 18 and 19 be adjourned to Thursday, 31 March 2022 at 10 a.m. So if the Commission could give directions in those terms. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Sometimes situation can be unavoidable when nature takes its courses, and therefore we need to look at that. And given the circumstances in relation to the situation, the Commission directs that summons number 1 to summons number 5, summons number 14 to number 16, and summons number 19 to 21, and also leave application number 1 of 2022 are all extended to Thursday, the 31st of March 2022 at 10 a.m. Similar to that, items number 18 and number 19 on today's daily diary, namely the general status of applications for leave to appear and general status of responses to press statement number 7 of 2022 are also adjourned to Thursday, the 31st of March 2022 at 10 a.m. Again, dated this 29th day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Commissioner, just for the record, I'd like to mention in response or in relation to summons number 21, which was issued to the Prime Minister, I did have a word with Mr. Moses Ninkama just before the hearing, and they've indicated that the Prime Minister is willing to do a statement and have it produced on Thursday, and also that the Prime Minister will be in attendance on Thursday. If maybe I'll invite Mr. Ninkama to just clarify that.
Thank you.
Commission, I am Ninkama Initial Sam. I appear for the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Just in relation to his summons, the Prime Minister will prepare an affidavit in response to the questions that were attached to his summons, and we hope to have that filed by Thursday. And in respect of the summons, we wish to have the summons mentioned on Thursday for a date to be for us to indicate to the Commission on when the Prime Minister can be available to have his affidavit formally tendered as evidence. On Thursday, the Prime Minister will be out of the country to attend to some government business. So we hope to have the matter written for mention on Thursday. So by then we can give an indication when the Prime Minister can next appear and formally tender his affidavit. Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you, Mr. Ninkama, for the clarification. Yes, we can fix a date when we return on Thursday. Thank you.
I'm satisfied with that.
Yes. If there are no other issues, then Mr. Ninkama could be excused.
Thank you, Mr. Ninkama, for your presence this morning. And, until we see you again, you can be excused from the bar table.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I now move on to my matters. And item number 8 on the list, Commissioner.
Yes.
That's the return of summons number 7, which was issued to the Department of Treasury, Acting Secretary Mr. Andrew Waike.
Yes.
Commissioner, we've done an exhibit list in relation to fairly voluminous documents produced by the Acting Secretary, and sent a draft to Mr. Waike through his lawyers, so as to afford him the opportunity to have a look at it and comment on the list. We are certain that by Thursday, 31st of March, we should be able to formally tender the documents according to the list. So, Commissioner, in those circumstances, I will ask for an extension of summons number 7 to Thursday, 31st of March, 2022 at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. In response to that, I'm satisfied with that, and therefore the Commission directs that summons number 7, dated 6 January 2022, issued to Acting Secretary, Department of Treasury, Mr. Andrew Oake, is further extended to Thursday, the 31st of March 2022, at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated this 24th day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner. I move on to item number 9, which is the return of summons number 9.
Yes.
That was issued to Dr. Eric Kwa. Commissioner, Dr. Kwa is yet to respond to us in relation to the statement that he said he would do or make in his appearance some time back. In those circumstances, we'll have to ask for an extension to the 31st of March as well. And just in the meantime, try to contact him again or his lawyer. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Just a general comment. I'm aware of the extension that were made previously. At the same time, I made a point of reference earlier on that our conduct into ensuring that you assist this Commission of Inquiry is also very important. But although the situation have come to this stage, I've considered the situation, but also would also stress that if the response are not coming the time where we expect, then Commission will not continue to extend for the sake of people who are not responding as expected. And I will note it down here that in the next hearing, we should have substantial move by the Attorney General, Secretary, to make a case with the Commission. And therefore, in alluding to that fact, the Commission now directs that summons number 9 dated 27 January 2022, issued to Attorney General Dr. Eric Kwa, is further extended to Thursday 31st March 2022 at 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated this 29th day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Council, I think I made a slight error by saying the Secretary, but it's Attorney General Dr. Eric Kwa. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner, the next item is item number 10,
Yes.
which is the return of summons number 13.
Yeah.
Summons
That's right.
number 13 was issued to the Minister for Finance, the Honourable Sir John Pundari. Commissioner, you will recall that Sir John Pundari produced documents to the Commission in the last hearing, and also was called to the stand and made descriptions or made references to the documents that were in there. We are still reviewing the material, so we will need some more time to do so, and also do an exhibit list accordingly. Further, Commissioner, there has been indications from ASHISTs, lawyers who act for some of the interested parties, namely Curtin Brothers and Ballymore, that Sir John has given evidence in relation to term of reference number 1E, and in those circumstances that he should be made available for cross-examination. So, Commissioner, in those circumstances, we will have to extend the summons, that is summons number 13, to Thursday as well. And Thursday 22nd of March 2022, and in the meantime sort out all those issues. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Council. I'm satisfied with that, and therefore the Commission directs that summons number 13 dated 27 January 2022, issued to Minister for Finance, Honorable Sir John Pundari, is further extended to Thursday, the 31st of March 2022 at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated this 29th day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner. I move to item number 14. Item number 14 is the return of summons number 18. Summons number 18 was issued to Mr. Ivan Pomalu in his capacity as the NEC Secretary. Commissioner, we are still trying to sort out some documentation issues in relation to this summons. So in those circumstances, we will have to ask for a further extension to the 31st of March 2022 at 10 a.m. as well.
Thank you, Council. Yes, in response to that, similarly, the Commission directs that summons number 18 dated 27 January 2022 issued to Secretary Department of Prime Minister and NEC, Mr. Ivan Pomalu, is further extended to Thursday, the 31st of March 2022 at about 10 a.m. for mention. Again, dated this 29th day of March 2022 and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner, those are all my matters. And that concludes the list for today. Unless the Commissioner has any further remarks, I suggest or propose that the inquiry be adjourned to the 31st of March 2022 at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Thank you for those who have attended this morning. I always emphasize on the attitude and our conduct in relation to assisting the Motukea Commission of Inquiry to function effectively. And although we have issues that need to be discussed, but now we have extended, providing that there's reason to support it. But I must emphasize strongly that this commission, in light of those requests to extend, the human tendency that I always address, that if you don't focus to get through to this Commission of Inquiry, the chances is that you will neglect. And therefore, I'm reminding those of us that are participating in this Commission of Inquiry to take heed of the functionality of the Commission of Inquiry and how we attach to it and the response that we give to this Commission of Inquiry to assist us to arrive at the work that meets the objective of this Commission of Inquiry. While time is probably not an issue for many, but in line of the timeline of the Commission of Inquiry, once we start to squeeze in a lot of issues at the same time, you will see that it becomes like a bottleneck to deal with. And therefore, it is very important that when directions are given and the response to the directions, like I always said, must be complied with, given the genuineness of the reasons that go with it. But again, in conclusion, I always stress that poor attitude of the human tendency in trying to work out through this, and it could be fatal in the end if we have not participated enough to get this thing through. So as a commissioner this morning, I stress this very important statement here, that all of us have a duty. And this duty is to ensure that the country is waiting for all of us to demonstrate the kind of leadership that we have in this Commission of Inquiry. Our children, as they grow up, they will learn. They will leave a legacy to suggest that, yes, our parents have done a good job by advising the country of the status of some of the very essential things that we are going through. But having said that, thank you, Council, and all those of you that have come in this morning. I will ask for the adjournment and call on the associate to adjourn the matter to 31st, which is Thursday. And hopefully, when we return to deal with these issues, some of those things will come more into light as we progress on. So, associate, may I ask that you adjourn the hearing now to Thursday, the 31st of March 2022. Thank you.
This Commission of Inquiry now stands adjourned to Thursday at 10 a.m.